I feel a lot like Brian does, and I've told quite a few people when they ask me about me, including the Standard Examiner and so forth, that I'm not comfortable tooting my own horn. It goes against everything my parents taught me, and it just goes against my nature. And really, this election and your vote isn't about us as candidates. It's about you and your family and the quality of life you have in North Ogden. So I may forego all the qualities about myself, but what do I believe in and what will I do for you? I believe that sometimes government can get in the way. I don't think they should micromanage individuals or families or businesses. And sometimes you can get good people that get together that are decision makers in government and so forth, and it can get a little bit out of hand where all of a sudden they're controlling too much. I have a friend here that in North Ogden that they were building onto their home and so forth, and they just had a hassle. This has been several years ago, but just had a hassle putting a sink in their basement. They wanted a kitchen in their basement. It's their property. It's their home. And I don't think that local government should be telling you what color, your carpet should be, or if you should have a sink or not. I just don't believe that's right. Business owners, you ought to be able to have freedom to grow your business and to be successful with the money that you have. If you're paying the rent, or you own the property and you're paying the bills and it's your business, we ought to get out of your way and do everything in our power to help you be successful. We try to frequent businesses in North Ogden, our family does. And I would much rather have my daughters go to the movie theater in North Ogden than downtown Ogden. Number one, it helps our tax base, right? Us individually, if we can be business friendly and try to help them succeed, it helps us, our individual tax base. Plus the safety issue. Much rather have them here. And they want a new sign. They're building two new theaters there, theater rooms, and they want a new sign. And I think not a 100-foot by 100-foot Las Vegas type sign. There's got to be some guidelines, but I think we need to help them get it. I've never seen a theater with a thigh-high sign before. For Kavanaugh's years ago with that sign, it was a beautiful sign. It was beautiful. It didn't block the view of traffic. It was beautiful. And the city made him take it down. I have studied every ordinance and every city code that North Ogden has on the books. I've read every state law. And some of them I agree with, the city codes, and there's some that I have concerns about. And if elected, I will not hide behind the city code. If we need to change it, we'll change it.
All right, let's continue on now in the mayor's race, the candidates. Let's hear first from Reed Mackley.
Well, I've already told you somewhat my bent, and I think most of you know that I've been involved with the Sentinel News, so you know my views there. I do an editorial each issue and historical articles as well. I can't honestly say that I have tremendous qualities in working with other people. As an employer, I've made all the mistakes that can be made, I think. I look back on my life and I think if I could be an employer again, I'd sure be a lot nicer to my employees. And so I can't claim any special qualities there. But I think I have had a few hard knocks, and my age has given me some more experiences that I think make me a little bit more sensitive to the needs of individual people. I hope so. My feelings are that we need to make it so that people can be their own person. And, there's some concerns I have with seeing what's happened in my lifetime. When I built my home here in North Ogden, 1972, the building permit was $25, and I didn't have to go to any meetings. In fact, I wanted the inspector to come out and check my septic tank because people who bought the septic tank, I didn't think it was a quality septic tank. I wanted them to come out and tell this company they had to replace my septic tank. I couldn't get a person to come and check the septic tank even in those days. So now what I see, we've been involved in building several dental offices. Some of the costs for the building permit and the requirements to get ready to present to the city council, $80,000. My son built a home not too long ago, and his building permit was $8,000. So, my view of change is, to me, something that we need to change the trend. And we need to think of individuals and help the individuals, not to rule over them or to control them or to bear them down. So my main hope is, if I get elected, like Richard said, the mayor doesn't get a chance to vote. So that I finished the sentence? Okay, now I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, Richard was saying that the mayor votes very rarely, so I think what I could do to the city harm-wise would be negligible. Thank you.
Thank you, Reed. Let's go to Richard Harris now.
Well, I think as far as my platform is concerned, first and foremost, my desire is to preserve the quality of life we have here in North Ogden. We all live here for a reason. If you travel and go somewhere else, it's always great to come home. We've all talked about that. There's something about North Ogden that is different from any other place. We have about 18,000 residents in North Ogden at this point. We have the potential to grow to about 35,000, 36,000 residents. So it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of good planning, a lot of vision, a lot of good work to be able to preserve the quality of life that we enjoy here in North Ogden. So that's my number one desire, is to work to accomplish that. Now, I've been a part, I guess I'm going to skip to kind of the last here, I'm going to mix things up a little bit, but what do I bring to the job then? I've been a part of the vision and the planning and the orderly development of North Ogden since 1983. I've been a part of that. I've had those who have gone before me pass that vision on to me. We've worked together to try and keep North Ogden the kind of place where we all want to live and where we can raise our families and the kind of environment that we have here now. So that's going to be a real challenge, and it's going to take a lot of work. Some of the other things that I want to do, I already mentioned that I feel like I can represent our city. The mayor sits on a lot of boards around the county. He has a lot of influence, even though he doesn't vote on the city council. He has a lot of influence on what happens with other government entities. The WACOG, for instance, the Weber Area Council of Governments, the mayor sits on that. He sits on the sewer board, sits on a number of different boards. I feel like I can represent all of you to the fullest in that capacity. I feel like we're going to have some tough times. We're in tough times right now. We're having trouble with budgets. Everybody's upset with taxes. It still takes money to run a city. North Ogden is the way it is because of good fiscal and financial management. That doesn't mean that people don't have to pay taxes. It takes money to run a city, and it takes money to keep a city in the condition and have the quality of life that we have in our city. So I would like to be able to provide the administrative leadership that's going to get us through this current financial crisis that we're in. I feel like we need to promote businesses here in North Ogden. North Ogden somehow has a reputation for not being very business friendly. And Wade was talking about the sign issue and things like that. You have to balance what's best for the city in the long run with what people want to do with their own resources, and so that takes some work as well.
Thank you, Richard. I'm sure everyone here is knowledgeable about Charles Dickens and the Christmas Carol, and the ghosts, of course, in the